quite important detail to her description. It's kind of hard to tell from the art there, but she does have one green eye and one blue eye.
Oh. What?
So she's a changeling. Gingham will look at her. Hello?
We are starting back up in initiative. The Lich has been disintegrated by the Radiant Warden's radiant awesome power. And, you guys also helped. And
you just roll us in. You didn't even give us an intro. We need to run it back with one of your intros.
Okay. Welcome, fellow geeks. You have joined us just in time to kick a Radiant Warden's ass. Chase, take it away.
yeah, we're going to try to do that or run away or die. Like one of
Cowards!
So we are in initiative, and I believe we ended at the top of the round. The Lich is dead, and the Radiant Warden has taken some damage. Do you guys want to know how much damage the Radiant Warden has taken? Would that help you to know how much you've beat this thing up? This thing has taken 121 damage.
So one hit.
I guess it depends on whose hit you're talking about there.
One crunk hit, a gingham half hit, a Jack poke in the ribs.
Okay.
So that's where we're at, and we're at the top of the round with Gingham.
Oh goodness. Oh gosh. Oh jeez.
Also, I guess it's worth noting that your portals opened up for the cards. They're only going to be here for a couple more rounds. Jack's is gone. It got countered when he tried to go through it. And he popped out. I stepped
through and then went, this isn't where I thought I was going to end up.
You just look up at the Radiant Warden oh hi.
Oh, the portal didn't work. Okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Isn't that nice?
And that's where we're at. So Gingham and Crunk, your portals are still there.
That's pretty cool.
And it's Gingham's turn.
I will say, Crunk, you do see some shiny loot on the Lich behind you there.
Shiny loot.
I can probably reach his body because of how big I am.
Yeah,
oh my god, you
okay.
Big hands.
It's an interact per thing you want to grab.
Let's see. Crunk.
Ooh. We still have, just to remind you guys too, we still have telepathic bond going.
Yes.
So I imagine you probably heard Jack's inner monologue of, I'm going through the portal. Oh, the portal didn't work. Never mind.
I see you behind the Radiant Warden. I don't think the portal's there anymore.
Jack, what are you doing here?
It's fine. I can get out still. I can get out of here.
I won't leave you.
And then Gingham, just as a reminder, you're sickened 3, frightened 1, prone, wounded 1, and off guard.
That's a lot going on.
That's quite a list.
Thank you. Is that all?
That's all.
Okay. Well, Kronk is looking a little half healthies by my poppet approximation.
Aren't you at 40 hit points?
I wouldn't worry about that.
Quick checking with the hit points. Crunk is 92 out of 190. Jack is 108 out of 203, and Gingham is 43 out of 156. So
how do you have more hit points than me?
Because you're a
drained.
Reminder, Crunk is drained.
M took that so personally.
I was like, what the hell?
What the hell? I am going to cast a heal on Crunk. Maybe 6th level heal. right, Crunk is healing for, that's terrible, 66. Could have been at least 3 more.
Boom.
I feel great.
Yeah, washes over. You get that paralyzing arthritis from the lich grabbing you gone, and it feels nice.
Okay, so I've done 2 actions to heal Crunk. Gingham will look at the portal and then think through the telepathic bond, that is. Should I try this or should I wait?
Get the fuck out of here, Gingham.
Get out of here. Get to safety if you can.
I'm going to try. Gingham will roll into the portal.
Just so prone.
So
Right,
prone.
you're on the ground.
I'm
You're just like
on the ground.
rolling like a little
will that
log.
work, Chase? Can I just roll?
Yeah, you can roll into the portal.
I can sure
Make me
try
a flat
anyway.
check.
I really
I
hope you
feel
get
a
through.
nat 1 in my bones.
Yeah, but it's also going to be so funny if you roll underneath the Radiant Warden.
Okay, that's
Gets you
good.
out.
Okay, Gingham's gone.
Okay.
Okay. I hope
like
y'all
on
go.
fire gone or like
This
He's no
telepathic
longer
bond.
with us.
Wait. Is it on the same plane? Is that what it is, Crunk? I'm wondering if we still have a telepathic bond with Gingham or not.
let me tell you. Telepathic bond says, put it in chat, on the same planet.
Planet? Nope. I probably am not.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. Hopefully.
Well,
either he's
dead or he's safe.
Okay.
All right. Gingham, we'll get to you in a bit. I think we're going to take you out of initiative because I don't think there's anything you can do from here. So.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, it's the Radiant Warden's turn. Radiant Warden is gonna get real mad at Crunk. Let's see. Let me remember what this guy does. That's right. You do things and stuff, and you're
He
out
gives
of most
hugs
stuff.
and
He's
laughs
like, you know
at our
what?
funny jokes.
You put up a good fight.
Mhm.
I'm
yeah,
gonna
he
give you
gives
all
high
my loot.
fives.
He
Oh,
respects
yes.
us.
Yeah, he has the loot giving move that he's done a couple
Yes.
times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I made that up just for you, Jack.
Thanks.
He's gonna cast a spell.
No, he's not. No, he's not,
That
Chase.
op attack. You're going that op attack.
No, I'm not. I'm going nullify. Is
Nullify.
this a ninth rank spell or lower?
It is.
Okay, you instantly destroy the incoming spell, throw the cost of sending magical feedback through your body. You automatically counteract the spell, but the feedback brings you unavoidable harm. You lose 1d8 hit points per rank of the triggering spell.
Okay, it's 8.
You also
okay.
have to make sure it goes off correctly.
Oh,
'Cause it's a
shoot. Good
spell.
job. Good
That
job,
you do.
Tori.
Thank you, Tori.
Yep.
Fudge. 7?
No, it's fine.
I think I
'cause
had
it's
to
a
do 5, right?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. Whew. 8d8.
You could have rolled lower. It's fine.
And minus 37.
Okay.
What does that look like, Em? I don't think Crunk has
Things
ever used
gathering
this yet.
up. It's like forming a ethereal lock.
Ethereal lock? It was gonna trap us here, huh? It was gonna be a planar like lock. Okay, it's fine. Crunk saw this spell beginning to form, and his mind returns back to the moment that he was inside the Desna ritual, because this is where he got this spell. He's never used it before, and he just feels like this urge come over him to stop this, and one hand just raises and his eyes glow purple, both of them, even his red eye, as he channels Desna through him and nullifies the spell. But his magic collides with the other magic, and it overwhelms him, shooting back through his spell and leaves a charred piece in his hand.
That's awesome. I love that. And then it makes an angry noise, and then it's going to smack you with its hammer.
A 51 on me, Chase?
A 51 on you.
Oh gosh.
That's a crit. Should I use my hero point and make him re-roll? I just feel like maybe he's just gonna crit again, though.
I don't know.
Okay,
How much health do you have? You have
121.
121. I think you can survive this.
We'll find out.
If you undo my healing, I'm going to figure out a way to get to your house.
Well, I did already take 40 damage.
All right, that is going to be 64 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Y'all
And-
undid my health.
Go ahead and roll me evens or odds. Evens, your quickened is getting dispelled. Odds, your enlarged is getting dispelled.
So you said you were going to do the quickened, but you said I can't lose quickened.
That's right, because that was from push.
So
wasn't
it was even, so then does that mean the effect fails?
No, that just means that
Nice.
your enlarged is going away. It's going to dispel one of them. We were just going to randomize which one.
Okay.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Chase, that actually really F's up my turn.
That sucks.
I'm so angry at you. Why did it get to do a crit and dispel at the same
That's
time?
what it does on the crit. All right, Jack, you're up.
I think very strongly to Crunk. We need to get out of here. Gingham's safe. Get yourself safe.
But the lich body, I was gonna grab it first so you could have it's shiny, there's loot all over
Then
it.
grab it and run.
I can't reach it now.
All right. Jack is going to pull out another deck of cards. Chase.
Okay.
I'm using Fane's Escape once again. So,
Okay.
yeah, Jack pulls out this deck of cards, and as his interact action, he flurries them in the air again, creates this big burst of Harrow cards, not the magical kind, mind you, just a deck of normal Harrow cards. And he is now hidden.
Okay.
So that's one action.
You have to make a stealth, right?
Nope, I just become hidden.
Wow. So good.
Yeah. And now I'm going to run.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to
Can
stealthily
you
run.
just do that for as many decks as you have?
I've stocked up on decks of cards for
Nice.
this exact purpose.
So funny.
All right. Okay, so I have 25. Oh no, I activated my what is it called?
I don't know, but I'm excited to hear about it.
I activated my Vault Breaker's harness a
Oh,
while
right.
ago, and that gives me a +10 to my movement speed.
Correct.
Okay, so that means I have 35. So I'm hidden until the end of my turn. So is this lich body like right above the hole in the ground?
Yeah.
The little hole that Gingham slid into?
Yep.
Would it be possible to take this body with me down the hole, Chase?
Yeah,
as my
easy.
last stride?
Yeah, easy.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So Jack throws these cards in the air, kind of disappears from sight. The Radiant Warden is like looking around that way.
Oh,
And
you're
Jack-
not quickened. No, you would have to interact to grab it.
Dang it. Okay, well, I'm gonna slide down the hole then as my last stride action
Okay.
so that I can get out of its sight.
Okay.
All right. And you hear in your head, Crunk, okay, it lost track of me. I think I can stay hidden from it, and I'll try and get this lich loot if you get out of here.
I don't think I like the sound of think.
Listen, Crunk, I have 1, 2, you hear Jack counting, I think one more deck of cards, okay? I can get out of here if the worst happens. I'll be fine, I promise. But if you want to take the lich body instead, that's fine.
Okay, that makes it Crunk's
I
turn.
guess you could drag the lich body through the portal, and maybe you can take both with you.
Also, just for visuals, the lich body is more of like a pile of dust in a cloak with some stuff.
A pile of
Just
dust
kick
with
it,
some stuff.
Push it all through the portal.
Okay, that's fair. Grab his bag or whatever stuff is there and
There's a
just like
staff
shovel
and
it.
a cloak and some gear.
The internal war that I'm having right now. Crunk would use his desperate prayer to call out to Desna, and he would regain a focus point for free action. He would heal himself with a lay on hands, using up that last focus point. He knows that Jack's behind him, and so like cinematically, I think he like braces his feet to stay between the Radiant Warden and Jack, and he says, "Desna, just a minute longer." He braces and then touches his chest. The healing goes through him. That is one action for all of that.
Wow.
He would recharge his spell strike. Oh, was I recharged? Did I recharge last time? I don't think I was.
I have you as uncharged.
Yeah,
but
recharge
you may be
spell
wrong.
strike, and then he would do a 7th level shocking grasp
Shocking
uh,
grasp.
spell strike.
Okay. Hell yeah, roll
You
up that
hear in
attack
your
roll.
head, Crunk. God damn it, Crunk.
I don't think a 38 hits, does it?
A 38 does not hit.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Sweet.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
it's a nat
It's a nat
20.
fucking 20.
Of course it is.
The
The desperate
story
prayer to
dice
Desna.
for Crunk is insane. It never
You have to
fails.
play according to the character in order to get the story spread on your side.
Em gets so upset when I dispel Crunk, and then she always comes back with a nat 20 bomb, like every time.
We don't know if it's a bomb because I haven't rolled damage yet.
A nat 20 means it's a bomb.
Okay,
Yeah.
my base weapon damage is 68.
Okay.
Um,
Apply that damage, which is only 53 due to some resistances.
Wait, what's the card, Chase? What's the card?
Oh, right, the car.
and I get the spell and the weapon crit. And then this damage is doubled. So 90.
All right, Crunk, you get the weapon and the spell one for that.
Triples damage to animals, beasts, and fae. Double damage to all other creatures.
This is not an animal, beast, or fae.
All right, so just normal. All right,
It's a
so
spell, and then what's the slashing?
slashing is target must succeed at a flat check to cast spells with a verbal component until healed.
All right.
So dumb. Neither of those did anything for me.
You cut
Has
out
it
its
been casting any
modulator.
verbal spells?
Yeah, it has been, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Okay, Chase. So it is 90 electricity damage and 68 weapon damage.
Okay.
And just like that, you've doubled the amount of damage we've dealt to this thing.
And
So
then
you weren't
doesn't
kidding,
it
it is
take-
one hit.
It does take the persistent as well. Nice. All right, yeah, this thing is crackling with lightning, and its movements are jittery now as the lightning is pulsing through it. That's it for Crunk.
That's it for Crunk. I cast Lay on Hands. I did a spell strike, and I did the recharge.
That makes it the Radiant Warden's turn. Radiant Warden, Jack, you slid down the hole, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. This thing is going to explode with energy again, and Crunk, you need to make me a reflex save.
Is this a magical effect?
It is... yes.
Nat 20.
Oh my goodness.
I asked Desna to be with me for a moment longer.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. It's just like, what does that look? How do you just take nothing from this blast?
It's just blasting.
Yeah.
I think that he slices through it with his sword.
So
it just
anime, I
splits
love
onto
it.
either side of him, and he's just screaming into the blast.
Crunk is an angry anime character. You can't tell me anything differently.
I've always played it that way.
Okay, and then he's gonna smack at you with a hammer.
That one.
That's gonna be
40 is a hit, not a
40.
crit.
Okay, here's the damage. 33
Okay.
bludgeoning. Oh, and then it takes 14 persistent electricity damage. And let's see if it recovers or not. Does not recover.
Perfect.
Okay. You're up, Jack.
Crunk, would you please get the hells out of here? And Jack starts scrambling up. I assume that it's going to see me as soon as I leave this hole, but while I'm scrambling back up, I'm going to remain stealthed if I can.
Uh-huh.
So 15 feet, right? That's what you said the depth was?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm creeping back up the hole, and I will grab... Wait. Yeah, the loot's still there. I'm going to interact action to grab the loot.
Uh-huh. Jack's like a trapdoor spider right now.
Okay, so 15, grab the loot, and then I have 35 then as my last stride. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay, so no portal, just running with the loot. Oh, you don't have a portal.
I don't have a portal. Yeah, I'm
okay, wait a
getting out
minute,
of here.
though. Okay, hold up, Jack. You grab the loot and scoop it up, and when you do, a portal opens up behind you again.
He had a
Did he
card.
have another
He had
card?
a card.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Do I try again? I guess, maybe. All right, I scoop up the loot. Could I move and, like, take part of my stride and then go through the portal?
Yeah.
I don't want to take the portal right here in front of his face.
Yeah, the portal
basically,
kind
is
of
what-
keeps appearing like in front of you.
Okay,
so
okay.
You can dive into it at any point.
Great. So I'll dive into it kind of like when I've gone like about 30 feet. So I have like 5 feet left, and I'll hop through and I'll go, Crunk, get out of here. And I dive through it. I hope I make the flat check, otherwise I'm gonna end up right back next to the dude. Okay, come on. 8?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Jack is gonzo. Crunk, it is your turn.
Do I attack one more time and then go through since I have the actions?
Only Crunk can answer that question, because you're the only one in that room anymore.
How bad does this Radiant Warden look?
It's malfunctioning pretty good, but you'd have to do a craft check to be certain.
Okay, we're going to spend 1 action to recharge the spell strike.
Okay.
2 action to do the spell strike itself.
Okay.
Oh, that's low. 34,
Okay.
probably miss.
34 is a miss.
Okay, and then I'm going to step backwards once through the portal.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a flat check.
It's going to be fine, guys. Boom.
You are through the portal. And we are not out of initiative yet.
What?
Radiant Warden takes 18 electricity damage. And we're going to see if it recovers.
That's a 4.
Does not.
It's a critical failure.
It is going to take 20 electricity damage
Oh my gosh, is it
and make a recovery check.
Fail, fail, fail. It's a 4!
Fails. It is going to take 16 electricity damage and collapse into pieces.
Oh my gosh.
If I just hit it one more time.
Our persistent damage has been so clutch. It's always the persistent damage.
So Crunk jumps through the portal. This thing scurries around searching for people. It scans, it sparks, and it collapses.
Man.
We have
I'm going to
no
give
way
you
of
guys
knowing.
a nice 160 experience.
Wow.
And a effect you're going to find out later you're going to be very pleased about.
You guys.
We have no way of knowing that it died, really.
Yeah,
right?
you guys, well, you will eventually.
Oh, okay.
But for now, yeah. For now, metagaming wise, you have no idea that it died. But
Please tell me we're all back in Harrow Court.
yeah, we're going to get to there. Let me put some loot in the
Wait, how much XP did we get? 160?
160.
So we're at 420? Noise.
Yep. You guys got a Staff of Necromancy, a Greater Staff of Necromancy. You guys got a 7th level Wand of Necrotize, and you got the Tangled Briar card.
Oh my gosh. So much of that loot is good for Gingham.
Okay. Gingham, you hop through the portal back into Harrow Court ahead of everybody else. And as soon as you hop through the portal, you are skeletal Gingham again. So Katie, we're going to need you to go put some makeup on. We'll wait.
I won't do that.
I won't do that, she says.
And when you go through the portal, you see somebody that you do not recognize once you step through. Let's go ahead and show you. And you can go ahead and describe the art here, Katie.
Is it
This lady is pretty badass. Yeah, hot is another descriptor word. She is a redhead human-esque, at least. She is wielding a scythe, or no, what are they called? The handheld scythes.
A sickle.
A sickle,
A
thank
sickle.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's holding a sickle in one hand and a staff in the other, and she's dressed in these like leathery warrior things with thigh-high heels, which is great. And she's got a bunch of just tattoos of like wildlife all over her. Wildling is really what I would describe her as. Yeah.
It's like if Aloy from that one video game and Xena were mashed into one character.
Yeah, that's a good, yeah, there you go.
Excellent description. And pause for 1 second. Sorry, I'm having a tech issue.
Chase, from the pile of loot, could I have scooped up some lich dust as well?
It goes
100%.
unavoidable.
Yeah. You don't actually have a choice.
You do have lich dust.
You have lich dust, whether you want it or not. Maybe the mountain man will accept a little vial of lich dust.
That's such a good idea.
Here's a powerful
For you, Crunk.
dusted
Jack is
lich.
thinking of Crunk even when he's pissed at him and running away.
Gingham, there is also one quite important detail to her description. It's kind of hard to tell from the art there, but she does have one green eye and one blue eye.
Oh.
What?
So she's a changeling. Gingham will look at her. Hello?
She is currently seated at the table in the courtyard, eating some food. She wipes her mouth quickly and smiles and stands up and holds a hand out to shake your hand. Oh, you must be Gingham.
Gingham gets a little hesitant, having learned from Jack and Crunk to not overtly welcome every single person into Harrow Court.
I'm so proud of
I
Gingham.
know. This is a big step for
grown
him.
so much.
Gingham folds their arms and just cocks their head. You weren't in Harrow Court the last time. Who are you?
No, I just got here. I don't believe that we've met or been introduced.
Well, no, that's why I'm asking who you are.
I know who you are. You're Gingham? You must be.
That doesn't answer who you are, which I believe is why I asked.
Jack still safe?
Again, I'm not going to answer the questions until you tell me who you are.
It would be best if we waited until perhaps they all got back. Crunk and Jack, if they still live.
Gingham sighs and pulls out their boomerang. No, I really think that Crunk and Jack would feel much better if Harrow Court was safe. I'm going to ask you one more time who you are, because I am stressed and I don't like strangers in my home.
All right, settle down. There's no need for violence. We can step back. I'm a friend of Jack's father.
That means nothing to me. Who are you? You
My
have
name's
5
Victoria.
seconds. Victoria. Like the dagger?
The dagger? You have my dagger?
I don't have a dagger. I just want to know if you're like the dagger.
I don't have a dagger. What dagger? What dagger are you talking about?
What dagger?
And she's like, you
The
said a dagger.
pure Jack.
No, you said dagger.
Pure Jack right there.
The sidelong. I don't have one. Do you have one?
What dagger are you talking about?
She
Gingham's
narrows her
Said
eyes.
dagger.
Gingham's trying to
Placed the dagger
channel.
some time ago, if that's what you mean. If you found the
did
dagger,
you?
then it may be me.
I have this, and I have a book, and I have an amulet. I don't have a dagger. What are you doing here?
That is the part that's a bit complicated, and I would prefer if all of you were back to discuss before we
Well-
get into it.
Is this when Jack just comes falling onto
Yeah.
the floor?
Yeah, Gingham's like, I would prefer. Oh, Jack.
Yeah, Jack's like half covered in dirt. Also, he was underground in the hole, so he's got dirt and he's got lich dust and he's got just an armful of crap.
Gingham does the 1 second thing. Oh, Jack, you're fine.
She
Are
puts
you
her
fine?
hands over her mouth, and her eyes get a little bit teary-eyed.
Is this a bad time?
I'm not sure yet. Is Crunk behind you?
Well, in
Crump
theory,
comes walking backwards into the place, holding his
Sword
sword out. Oh, if Desna was prepared for your end, you would be dead. Turns
There
around.
is
Who's that?
Gingham points towards the lady.
She ignores everybody but Jack, and she walks up and like puts her hands like on either side of your face, Jack. By the beautiful goddess, you look so much like him.
okay. Jack like steps
What's
back
that?
away from her and
I
kind of
don't
like
know.
weasels his slides out of her grip. Who are you?
I'm sorry, I'm overstepping. We have a lot to catch up on. You all look a bit injured and frazzled. Do you need a minute to gather yourselves? I didn't mean to interrupt. I was invited here by Willem.
How
Gingham
old does she
turns-
look? Oh, sorry, Katie.
How old
No,
does
no,
she
go
look?
ahead.
Yeah.
She looks like middle-aged to late middle-aged. You notice her eyes immediately, Jack. Changeling, different colored eyes.
Did you say
Yeah.
that Willem invited you here?
Oh.
Sort of. I sought this place out and I arranged a meeting with him and he let me in.
Willem!
Gingham keeps their boomerang out and turns to both of them. She wasn't very forthcoming with details, so I thought about a little mutilation until you came back.
I'm
I-
simultaneously terrified and proud. It's
Let's
just like a
not
little
hear
finger
right
boop.
now.
I like the instinct, Gingham. I think
Gingham
that might not be
shrugs.
necessary.
Well, she wouldn't tell me who she was.
Tell you what, I understand that this is causing some confusion and this was not the best way to meet. I didn't expect you to all come teleporting through right in front of me. I was hoping we could get a proper introduction with either Willem or Guy, he calls himself.
Well, we weren't
Honestly,
expecting.
I thought you might be Guy.
That's true. We weren't expecting, strangers in a place that we call. Do we call it home?
Who
I've been
Who are
calling
you?
it Home.
Oh, okay. Home.
You said you wanted a proper introduction. Why don't you just start then?
Aye.
My name is Victoria.
Oh, right. Like
was-
the dagger.
She
Gingham starts
side-eyes you
patting
about
Jack.
the dagger again. I was quite familiar with your father, Jack. And some strange things have happened since his passing, and just to show that I mean business, and I can tell you're all quite distrusting, and probably for good reason, I got something for you. And she will hold out a Harrow card. Go and pull up the art.
We also didn't look at the art of the briar, the whatever.
Oh, Tangled
the
Briar.
Tangled Briar.
Tangled-
Yeah, I don't
briar.
think you guys have quite noticed that one yet, but yeah.
Well,
Oh,
Jack did
aye.
only because he scooped it up and a portal appeared. But
That's
yes,
fair.
he hasn't. So I guess he might feel
Ew.
it itching in his hand with the the beating. Yikes!
I hope this doesn't have anything to do with Jack's dad.
Yikes.
Do you want me to describe it, Chase?
Yeah, either you or M. Either one of you take this one.
Okay, I'll take it. You can decide. You can describe the briar one when we get there. The beating is there's a man standing with his back against a dead, gnarled tree. The guy is in like ragged clothes, but he looks to have some like bracers and like some greaves or like shin guards or something. Like he maybe was a soldier or something. Behind him are these like shadowy skeletal figures seemingly creeping up, and the guy looks scared and he's like looking into the sky, and then in the foreground I can't really tell what that is.
I think it's a
like,
candle that's fallen over.
oh, it's a candle. Good eye, Am. Yeah, there's a candle, it's fallen over, and so smoke is like blowing upward from its now extinguished wick.
Is it a red sun?
Yes,
too?
it's also very red. There's red sun or moon or something. It's not good vibes, this art.
For the very ominous looking crowd.
Yeah, and it's the suit of hammers.
That man might be petrified.
Do you think?
Look, he looks like
I
he's
think
just
he just
kinda
looks
look-
cornered to me.
Well, either way, he doesn't look like he's doing well.
He's
So,
He
he's in
doesn't
a
look
bad
like he's
spot.
having a good time.
yeah. Okay, I guess Jack takes the card.
On business terms, I suppose, I worked with the Pact Masters on your behalf. There was that gorilla lady, Shananka. She was being rather impatient, and I went looking for all of you. Willem pointed me in your general direction, and so I took care of it for you. I heard that you were going a different direction in the ruins of Ko, and so I wanted to make an impression. So I handled
care
that
of
one
it.
for you.
Wait, like you drove out all of the undead and solved the flood problem?
In a single afternoon?
It wasn't as bad as she made it sound. It would have been nothing for you. I'm sure any of you could have handled it single-handedly, just as I did.
You said your name was Victoria.
Aye.
Hi, I'm Crunk, and I'm gonna shake her hand.
She'll smile and give your hand a warm, two-handed handshake.
I'm gonna try and get like a sense off of her. Like what is like, does she feel evil? Like, do I have a clerical sense about this person?
Give me a secret perception check.
Could I also do that? What I want to, though, is whenever she mentioned Jack's father, I wanted to try and kind of gauge the like emotions that she has toward him. If
I
that makes
just want to
sense.
see if she's older
You
than
got it.
us.
Crunk, for you, you just feel a warm aura coming from this woman. You feel like she means all the good in the world. She is looking at Jack with the utmost adoration that looks legitimate. You maybe even relate to it a little bit with how much you care for Jack. And
Oh.
also, you feel like maybe Desna's giving an approval. You notice that on her hip is a holy symbol of Shaylin.
Okay. Crunk's about this person.
Jack, you notice a similar thing. Not quite the same, like, warm, divine connection, but you can tell she genuinely seems to look at you almost with, like, a maternal love.
What do I get anything off of her relationship or toward my father? Like when she mentions, like, "Oh, I knew your dad." Like,
She seemed like she was telling the truth.
Is it
Well,
like
is it romantic? Was it
It
like
does
a
seem it
fondness?
does seem romantic.
Okay, like maybe a companionship, a partnership
Yeah.
of some kind. Okay.
Does Gingham notice?
Gingham is actually not sure.
That tracks. Kingdom's like, I'm
Keeps the
still
boomerang
suspicious
out.
about all this.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. There's a lot going on. You're still pretty hurt.
And
You're still
sickened.
sick in 3.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just start to say something, and then Gingham just vomits straw right in front of her.
Ugh. Do you eat straw? That's really fluff.
I ate
Did you just? Is that an organ? What is the equivalency here?
What? That might be. Oh, I don't think that was a good one to vomit out.
Hey guy, can we get cleanup on Harrow Court aisle number 1?
Gingham does it again.
Listen.
Guy will show up. Oh,
I
yeah.
can't see
by the
someone
way, you
throw
got
up without-
company here.
I can't.
He
I'm
looks
sorry.
like Trexima right now.
Great. Okay. Listen, Victoria, clearly you've come at kind of a weird time. Jack walks over to the table and just kind of dumps all of the loot onto the table. Okay, Crunk, settle
so
down.
real. I accidentally grossed myself
You
out.
do that every time you get sickened. You make yourself gag and then you do a real one.
Crunk thinks himself to his room.
Wait. Oh, sorry,
Again,
Crack.
As Jack is like kind of explaining that this is a difficult time, he dumps all the stuff on the table and also just like casually, kind of thoughtlessly, just takes the wisps, that like peels the cards, releases the epitomes.
Yes, the epitomes.
Just like as he's like talking over his shoulder to Victoria, and it's just kind of weird. You walking in like this, and I need to have words with Willem about this. Is peels another epitome off.
Gingham's like looking at the loot.
Let's talk about. Let's see. What's the other one you just got?
The Tangled Briar.
The Tangled Briar. Let's talk about the art, because I don't think we've talked about the art.
We did not. It's M's turn.
I can describe it, but I'm not in the scene.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay, so imagine a skeleton holding a pretty white staff with a crescent on top and a floating metal bar, and then a metal ball right in the middle of the crescent. And the skeleton is sitting inside of like an ornate picture frame, and there are vines coming in from all the sides, wrapping around this frame and making it hang in the middle of like a reddish yellow orange background. And skeleton's holding the staff. I don't know if I said that.
Thorny vines, like a briar
Thorny vines,
patch.
like a briar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What?
Well, I should read what these do. So for those listening, the Tangled Briar signifies the return of ancient triumphs. As long as you have the Tangled Briar invested, you gain toughness as a bonus feat. If you already possess this feat, increase your max hit points by twice your level.
That's so good for Krunk.
And then
Are
the
you
active
kidding?
is you can cast Wall of Thorns. That's pretty neat. The beating symbolizes attack from all sides. If you have the beating invested, whenever you and an ally are flanking a foe, your melee strikes gain a +2 item bonus to damage. This increases to +3 if you're at 17th level. Then the active is you cast Pernicious Poltergeist.
Oh,
Wow.
I think these are Jack and Krunk cards.
I don't know. Toughness is just good for anybody. Period.
But the 30 extra hit points with Krunk being the tank, like, damn.
Kingham is the one who has dropped the most times, though, to be fair.
That is super true.
But I heal.
And
we'll
the
figure it
utility
out
of Wall
later.
of Thorns is cool.
These cards are up for grabs.
Let's
What are
talk
these
about the
epitomes?
epitome of the Tangled Briar, since we just talked about the stats. So this is going to add strange growth around the entire Harrow Court. So very pretty flowered vines kind of grow around the courtyard. Out in the desert, you'll see some spiky briars grow up in a certain patch. Some big, tall seaweeds are going to be poking out from the lake. Up in the mountain, there's going to be some strange vegetation. And if any of you touches any of this vegetation, you can travel around Harrow Court as an astral projection at like super speed. Like creative mode, fly around Harrow Court.
Gingham is so into that.
So that is one option. Also, if you guys ever try to use any effects that commune with spirits, if you do so in Harrow Court now, you will have empowered effects. And if you ever cast a resurrection ritual in Harrow Court, it will have greater effects, automatically succeed, but it will have a drastic unknown effect as well.
You don't
Let's find your dad.
say.
Oh my gosh.
Kronk doesn't say that.
There
Emily
was
says
no
that.
body. There was no body to bury.
We can find a body.
We could find a body. Bodies are places.
You have a hair?
We'll get to that later. Wait, it was the beating that did that last one? The resurrection thing? And the spirits and all that stuff?
Correct.
Okay. Interesting.
The spirits was the Tangled Briar.
Oh, but the beating is the
beating.
resurrection.
That's all the Tangled Briar.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a lot of effects.
The beating is going to add ominous fighting guilds that are very secretive about their work all around the different towns of Harrow Court. And they have the effect where if you go fight with them, you can instantly retrain any feat, skill, or class feature that's combat themed instantly. but you have a very small chance that they will beat you to death in the process.
I'm gonna go retrain a thing and die.
Next
You know what I
episode.
realized?
So M's here with a new character.
Kronk thought he could
His
take
name
on
is
everyone.
Crank, and he's Crunk's long lost brother.
We
Oh my
actually
gosh.
one time, this is semi-related. I don't know if it's gonna be good content, but my brother played a character who was named Roostahar, and then his character had to leave for some reason, so we brought in Roos's brother, Deuce Dahar.
Roos and Doostar.
Wow. Okay.
Is there any other epitomes that we were missing? I feel like you haven't peeled some of the other cards.
Yeah, I
Are
feel like
you
we got
sure?
a card from the Pact Masters that we haven't peeled yet. I
Oh
thought.
yeah.
Let's see. We
Or
have
no,
the Big
has
Sky. We have the
Did he-
Silent Hag. We have
The bear?
Riots.
The bear. We haven't peeled the bear.
The bear we just got from the thing,
The Radiant Warden.
the Radiant Warden.
Mm.
Have we talked about the art on that one yet?
No,
Yes. We
Did
did
we?
talk about the art, but we didn't talk about the
Okay.
Epitome.
epitome. Yeah.
All right, the epitome of the bear. Let's take a look here.
You have to wrestle a bear.
A bear appears in Harrow Court and roams around and offers to wrestle you.
And also sings Teddy Bear's Picnic for some reason.
You can either perform alongside the bear or fight it to the death.
Yes, one of those.
All right, the bears are so around the forests of the of Harrow Court. There's going to be very hyper intelligent bears that are going to move in, and these bears enjoy philosophical and cultural conversations. And if you don't have a conversation with them, and if you have a high enough intelligence or are trained high enough in the appropriate skill, you will learn a random ritual from them.
Wow.
Can I
Go
learn
get them.
resurrection?
That is an option. That is a ritual, so you could potentially.
Can I just go esoteric lore it up with the bears
Oh yeah.
forever?
Can I just can I poltergeist zoom over there? Just settle in.
Yeah, 100%.
Time to have a
What a
discussion.
combo.
Lovely.
What did we get? We did get a card from Usilkit.
Was
Right?
it the
Yes.
Rakshasa?
No.
No, we've unlocked that one already.
The owl.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, so the epitome of the owl is that a very large owl will move into a point in the forest, and it builds like a very large nest. Its nest almost looks like walls around this jungle area. And I can show you guys this map at some point, but basically what this does is you can decorate and arrange this forest area however you would like. And if you are ever outside in Galarion, in any forest or jungle terrain, you can attempt to summon in whatever you've built in the forest from Harrow Court and teleport it there.
Follow-up question. Will it tell us how many licks it takes to get to a Tootsie Pop?
That's the bears.
Damn it.
That's a philosophical
Obviously.
question.
I should be an owl thing, but okay.
So it'll attempt to teleport in whatever we've built around
Yeah,
the
so
owl
basically,
nest.
like you can build up the forest area. It's like it's a 15 by 15 square area of forest, and you can like build whatever you want there. And then if you're out in any forest or jungle, you can teleport whatever you have. You can basically change the layout of the jungle or forest area into that.
Wow.
Like a gladiator pit.
Yeah.
I don't know why we would need that.
Build
but
your
it's a
own arena
possibility.
pretty
For the
much and
secret fight
teleport
club.
it in.
We actually have a fight club in town now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can teleport the secret fight club to wherever we are.
I'm over here like sticks and pits.
Wow. Okay. Well, it sounds like we have some interesting things to uncover and explore.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess back to Victoria.
Yeah. So she gave you this card, the Beating.
Oh, right. Where did you get this?
I took the Sunken City for Shanaka.
And it was
There
just
was a
there?
creature there.
A creature?
A Merid Devourer. Foul type of aquatic undead. This is the wrong voice. Foul type of aquatic undead.
It
So
are you?
Hard in its chest cavity?
This probably isn't surprising, but we have a lot of questions for you.
Yes, I understand, and I have many myself. Perhaps it would help if I caught you up on my adventure so far to get here.
That might be a good start. Jack will think to Crunk. Crunk, we're getting the lore dump from this stranger if you want to hear it.
Do you have some booze? Catching up is always better over booze. Especially when it's a bit awkward. Which I feel this is.
Guy, we need some drinks.
Yeah, I'll get them for you.
Oh, wait, I think I can
Pardon
just
my
do
dust.
this. Jack just, thinks really hard about the kinds of drinks that he wants.
Oh yeah, they are there.
Okay, never mind, Guy. I forgot I can just do that.
It's about time. No offense, boss.
Crunk walks in and he's holding a big, what is it, a ham hock? And he's just puts it into his tummy and then pulls
Oh
out a
my
clean
gosh.
bone.
I think Gingham thinks nothing of that.
It's just how it is.
That do be how Crunk is.
Yeah.
We're drinking and telling stories.
That's what this lady has said, Victoria.
Victoria,
Yeah.
may I pull out your seat for you?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Well, her chair.
We might as well get this out of the way, too. Willem!
He's not here right now.
Where is he?
He's talking with the Pact Masters about something.
Oh,
About
yes.
me, most likely.
What? Without us? Without Crunk?
Points
Points to
looks
Crunk.
over to look at Jack, totally betrayed.
He figured out how to get me here, and actually, I guess it turned out that I didn't need his help, as I'm connected to all of you in some way.
I thought that he was researching a way to keep people out of Harrow Court.
It went hand in hand and connected some dots, is what he said. He's a confusing gentleman.
Indeed.
I have a few more
He is.
adjectives that could go along with confusing, but we will leave it at that for now.
Longtime best friends are quite a handful sometimes.
I don't, can we take best off of that? I think that would be, smart.
I just met with Jack. He told me all about your history.
No, again.
Who
with
wants a
taking
drink?
the best.
Jack just spreads out the tankards and starts pouring.
Well, I suppose it's best if I start how I'm connected to you, Jack, before we get into this whole strange destiny intertwined bit.
Sure, we can start there.
I met you when you were just a baby. Me and your father, we were involved romantically. He is one of the best men that I've ever known, Jack, and I'm very sorry that his fate befell him the way it did and that I couldn't protect him. She looks like she's having a hard time fighting back tears.
Well,
He was my entire life on this plane.
Crunk's gonna put a hand over hers.
he never mentioned you.
Yes, that's probably for the best. He didn't ever mean to give you away or send you away, Jack. I mean, he did, but it wasn't for cruel reasons. It was to protect you from your mother. And,
What do you mean, send me away? I left.
well, you did leave, but he tried to push it that way.
Okay. Well, no offense, but he didn't exactly have a great taste in women. Jack points to his eye. But it does seem like he has a type, and he nods at hers.
Well, you see, I started as sort of an advisor on how to protect you, as I have experienced the call and all of the dangers and the temptations that come with it, and I know that it can be a personal challenge for your entire life, even if it's dealt with. My mother is slain, and I still can't seem to ever be rid of her all the way. At least in a metaphorical sense. I'm sure you understand.
A bit, yeah.
I heard that you did kill her.
If you count her exploding in a ritual that went wrong, then I guess. But this dagger still has her name on it.
I see. You're right, your father didn't have the best taste in women, at least until me, I would like to think. But I was an advisor for much of the time that you were with him when you were younger. We never met directly, at least when you were of age. And then once you left, that's when our relationship escalated, I guess you could say. He was sad to see you go, but going away from him was the safest way to do it. We tried to put some protections on you to help with the call, but everything that we did, your mother seemed to thwart. And then eventually we lost you.
And now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
So you seem pretty capable. Like maybe the kind of person who could have helped him.
I am the type of person who could have helped him, and unfortunately, we had a bit of a conflict. You see, I was a cleric, am a cleric, I suppose, though not your traditional type, and my entire life before your father was devoted to Shaylin, and my life became infatuated with him. We fell in love, and I got distracted from the path that I was on beforehand. And once that I thought everything was fine and he was safe and you were safe, I left to finish some unfinished business. And when I came back, it seems that the Coven had found him and done him in.
Well, I hope it was worth it. Whatever that unfinished business was. Jack pulls out the bird that he found at his former house, and he slides it across the table, kind of carelessly, like almost half throws it across the table.
She looks at it and she frowns, and you can see tears welling up in her eyes.
I think that was for you.
She takes it. It wasn't worth it, Jack. And I'm so sorry. I regret it every day. I know that probably leaves more questions than answers for how we're connected, and it's much more complicated than I'm explaining it, but we'll have more time to catch up, I hope. So I guess we can move on to how I connect with whatever these cards are. You see, the Pact Masters, I'm sure it seems that you're working with them now. They've been doing research on threads of fate and who these cards end up with and who they're meant for. And they reached out to me some time ago, telling me that I was meant to be traveling with the champion Crunk, who is supposedly the fate holder of these cards, the one who's meant to get them. And I was still mourning your father, and I didn't want anything to do with this card. If I had chosen it, then I would have been rid of it. And so I was rid of it. When the Pact Masters reached out to me, I turned them down, and I gave them my card. I believe you're in possession of it now, the owl. That card showed up on me some time ago. I guess when this all started. So I told them to take it, and that I didn't buy into it, and I left that alone. But these cards, they seem to keep finding me. People have been tracking me down, demons, dangerous things, looking for these cards. And so I started looking into it. There was some sort of cult of these demons that I heard about. And so I started investigating, looking into it, trying to at least shut them down just to leave me alone. And in my research, I found that the cult leader had already been rid of. And it was by 3 people, the names that I gathered. Crunk, Gingham, and Jack. And I couldn't be sure that it was you, but I felt in my heart that it was. And so I reached out to the Pact Masters again recently, and they said that it was too late. They had already struck a deal with all of you. And that's where I met Willem. He was discussing something with them, and he actually helped talk them into saying that I could accompany you, that he could get me into Harrow Court, and he could tie our threads together, whatever that means, if you need the help.
Does Willem have that kind of power?
He's been figuring it out, he says.
And he is getting much more powerful than I'm comfortable with.
He seems knowledgeable, at least.
That is not the only good feature. There's more to be had than just knowledge.
I don't disagree with you. He's a bit eccentric. I've known wizards like him. Sometimes knowledge like that is dangerous, though it can be a handy resource. Is he tied into your pact? Is he planning on tying his thread to yours?
I barely know what that means.
I don't think anyone here would allow it, honestly.
I don't know. As I understand it, I suppose that these cards are being collected by groups, and the cards decided certain groups on their own by default, and I suppose it's like some sort of ethereal alliance. Like you three, your threads were tied as I understood them discussing, and mine was, I guess, supposed to be tied, but something happened is what the Pact Master said. Maybe they already are tied.
Well, I don't think you really want to be tied to mine, but Crunk's a pretty good person to be tied to, so you could do worse.
Jack.
No offense to Crunk, but Jack, if I find any purpose in this, and if this fate business is real, and if my goddess is guiding me in the right direction, if there is one thing that is meant to be for me getting involved in this, it is you. I owe it to your father. I can't even express everything he did for me. Of all of Shaylin's beautiful creations in this world, none of them shone as bright as your father.
Well,
And I'm sure you have that same beauty in you. I see it. I saw it as soon as I laid my eyes on you here. It took me back. And it's more, I don't mean physical appearance. Yes, you're handsome, but he had just a bright soul about him that's almost palpable, visual. And I see that on you.
listen, I get you have some kind of redemption arc you're going for here. And if you can make yourself useful and helpful, I'm not gonna kick you out of here, but I have gotten along just fine thus far without a mom. Not really looking to fill that slot, so...
No, I don't mean to fill that. That's not what I mean.
No,
Consider me
it's
just
fine. You knew my dad, you liked him, that's great. I don't know you, and I don't really like you pretending like you know me.
That's fair. And I understand that I don't know you, and I guess that's what I aim to change. But I guess as I understand it, Crunk, this is your decision?
Oh,
I've heard only good things about you, and it sounds like you are a mighty and a brave and a valorant champion.
well, people like to talk, but it's mostly exaggeration. I need to, you understand, as a cleric, I need to pray on this.
Ah, yes, I do understand.
But we won't kick you out into the cold tonight. Please, God will find you accommodation, and I will take the appropriate time to consider what a union like this would look like. Though I must say, I am loath to do anything against Jack's wishes.
I understand.
I think the two of you should take some time and not make a snap judgment. He gives Jack a look like, We don't get a lot of help, man.
I can leave this place if you need. For what it's worth, Guy and Willem pointed out that it was strange that Harrow Court added a room for me. So apparently something is different than it has been for others who have visited.
Kind
Harrow
of sounds
Court-
like Harrow Court decided for you, Krunk.
It would appear that way.
Willem also mentioned excitedly that he would like to test removing the room if you didn't accept me, so I will be in said room, I suppose, until you decide. If you need to take days or weeks, I understand.
You can just like think about the room and it'll get you there.
Aye.
It's fascinating and powerful. What a wonder you've all come across.
Yes, we've been very blessed.
I guess if nothing else comes from this, and if you send me away, then I will leave it at that. But if nothing else, Jack, condolences to your father, and I hope you know that he loved you very much. Probably much more than he expressed.
Jack just nods.
She'll nod, and then she'll blink away.
Gods. Okay. Jack walks away from the table and vomits.
Oh, right. Oh, he was sickened too. I forgot.
That was a difficult conversation. Are you all right, Jack?
I'm fine. Listen, I'm not opposed to her staying here. We just kind of did the whole funeral thing. You know, I'm like ready. I was ready to put that behind me, just like move forward. Maybe my dad is alive on some other dimension or in some other version of this universe. I don't know. But we just almost died. Birch did die, and I don't even know how to get him back. We'll figure it out. But that happened, and we're just glossing over it. I felt it. So that's cool. And then she turns up and says that she apparently had this deep bond with my father, even though I've never heard of her in my life, except for on that weird dagger that I stole that now I want Shadow to get rid of immediately. And I'm just supposed to like take it in stride and say, welcome home, new mom. I've never met you, but you apparently are fully devoted to me. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Okay. And I don't like having this many feelings. I don't like talking about this many feelings. And I feel like shit. And I'm covered in lich dust. Okay. I'm just like, it's a lot.
It's a bad combination. I understand.
Speaking of here, and Jack has a little vial that he's filled with the lich dust and he hands it to Krunk. That mountain dude, you said he likes trophies or whatever. I don't know if this counts.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Anyway, if everyone could stop, like, staring at me and treating me like a fragile little bird or something, that would be great. Just proceed as normal.
Jack,
Yes?
I understand. I will stop looking at you immediately as soon as I give you a hug.
Oh, gods, Krunk.
I tell you this only as a friend, but things will get better after a long night's sleep.
Maybe some things.
And, I'm sorry about Birch. I didn't know. I hadn't realized. I know he was a comfort to you.
Thanks. Anyway, so you guys want to keep her around or what? I mean, she seems useful. She apparently handled a whole undead monster and solved a flood by herself, so there's that.
I
have some serious questions for Willem.
And likewise, might have to take him to that new fighting guild.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff now.
You know what I was thinking just before we all disappear to our own rooms? These cards have different alignments. Do you think that is a problem we're unleashing so much evil into our home?
Well, Guy said to release all the epitomes, right?
It's true.
He wasn't specific about which ones.
Yeah, it's not going to be a problem.
Why are you
And
here?
Krunk just turns and slaps him so hard. He's just so
Does his
taken off
lich
guard.
head just, like, turn
shatters
around?
into dust and like half of it's missing.
Oh,
Stop doing that!
Sorry, boss.
Sorry, you had to see that.
Guy, could you go away for just a little bit?
You got it. And he just crumbles into dust again.
We really think that this is all evil that we're unleashing here in Harrow Court? I think we found some things quite useful, haven't we?
I'm not saying we haven't found anything useful, Kingham. I'm saying that there is inherent goodness and badness to some things, and the aura's wrong on some of these things.
Like what?
Do you not understand anything about horror cards?
Well, I just don't understand the aura part.
Why don't you go read a book in a library? It just disappears.
Gingham turns to look at Jack. I think that was quite rude.
Yeah. I think that you probably know more about a lot of this stuff than we could guess at, Gingham.
Perhaps. Jack, I have a question for you now that Krunk is gone.
I'm fine, Gingham.
No, I know you're fine, or you will be, or you'll work through it, and there will be maybe a trauma moment that we will help you through, and then you'll be fine. And that's not my question, though.
Okay, what's your question?
Why did Krunk strip the sword that I gave him?
Oh, you mean token? And put all the runes on, what's he calling that stupid thing? Authority?
Did I
Pretty
do
gaudy,
something?
if you ask me.
I suppose, did I do something to offend him?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, not that he's ever told me. I didn't ask, though. Did that bother you?
I suppose it did. I suppose it doesn't matter, though, either. I thought I'd ask maybe you if I missed something that maybe Krunk was implying.
I think Krunk was under a lot of pressure back in Katapesh. He's not really used to this whole leadership thing, if that's what you want to call it. And I think he felt like he needed to adopt sort of a symbol of this new role. I also don't think he really knew it was important to you. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much. I think the only person I know for sure Krunk likes is me, and that's because he's made it uncomfortably clear. But
he says your name plenty of times that we know that you're his favorite.
He likes me more than I feel great about, but that's neither here nor there.
I think if we were to rank it, it would be Desna, and then you, and then maybe sometimes Desna slips.
Yeah, but this isn't about me. I think he has come around on you, Gingham. I don't think he trusted you at first, but no offense, you look pretty weird and you kind of came out of nowhere and you're pretty creepy sometimes. So I think he didn't trust you. I think he trusts you now. I don't know if trust means like, but I don't think he thought that the sword was a big deal to you. If you feel that way, maybe you should go talk to him. Preferably when I'm not there.
Oh, no, I don't really want disintegrate cast upon me. I don't think I would survive it.
He's not going to disintegrate you.
He might.
Well, it's your feelings. You can do with them what you will.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be alright. Anyway, we'll help you through it. I'm sorry that there was a weird throw with this Victoria Dagger lady, though. I almost killed her before you two walked through.
I appreciate the caution, Gingham. You're learning a lot.
Okay.
Now, if if you don't mind, I'm gonna think to my room. But I'm glad you didn't die in that stupid elevator shaft. And he kind of pats your now skeletal wigged head.
Same to you.
I'm kind of glad you don't look like a mini human anymore.
Oh, that
I
was
like this
weird,
gingham.
right? Oh, me too. But if you want help with Birch, I'll just be in my room, probably. Or talking to the bears.
Crunk, where are you right now? You're in your room?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you idling right now?
How am I idling?
Yeah.
I think I'm praying to Desna about, first off, what we should do about the lady. And secondly, about giving Jack a measure of peace now that he's lost Birch and that all these things are being pulled up about his dad when he just put it to rest.
Lovely. Your closet door slams open.
What the shit?
And Willem comes stumbling out of it. That's not how that was intended to work. Oh, sorry, Crunk.
Crunk is so upset.
Is this your room?
Sputtering. Yes, this is my room. What are you? You would give you the right.
That was an accident. Sorry about that.
It's not all right. And you let someone into Harrow Court without clearing it with us first, and it hurt Jack's feelings.
It hurt Jack's feelings? Listen, she was meant to be here. She got a room.
What?
Anyways, sorry. My way back into it that I've been working on, you're the anchor to things. Threads, confusing. Anyways, I can leave. But, you want to go discuss what I've found?
Damn you, if I wasn't so curious. Yes, I want to know.
Let's go. Just trying to walk out of your room with you.
Oh, he's so pissed.
But you guys will, I guess Jack, Gingham, you guys will probably see them walk out just before you blink to your room for the night.
Oh, Jack blinks faster than he does not want to talk to Willem right now.
Excellent. Gingham, it's up to you if you're there or not still, but he goes out to the courtyard. Anyways, researchers, I've been trying to figure out how to protect Harrow Court from invasion. Bad news is, I don't think it's possible. It's a bit too complex with all of these threads of fates and the people who have access. I don't think I can completely block it out. I did put up some wards. Enhance the trumpets. You should get fair warning. Maybe even beyond that. But I don't think we can make it impenetrable. It's just too complex. Always start with the bad news, Crunk. That's what I've learned.
Don't give me life lessons.
Sorry. Now, as for the good news that I've learned is indirectly trying to figure out how to keep people out. I have figured out how to get important people in and sort of how the whole thing works with who these cards are destined to. Basically, it's some sort of strange battle royale type thing where the cards are assigning to different people and those cards tie some of their threads together with other cards and other individuals. And it forms sort of different teams and alliances that are gathering the cards together. The interesting thing is it doesn't seem like all of them were formed correctly the first time. Some of them were meant to be together, but if the individuals' fates were too far apart at the moment, they didn't tie together, but they can be tied together, but not anybody can be tied together. For example, I can be tied to all of you, but that man that you slayed at the blacksmith that Guy imitates all the time, he couldn't be, for example. You follow?
Crunk looks to Gingham.
So the fates could be tied together if they're not too far apart, but sometimes they're too far apart. So there's a way that we need to make them tied together to make the cards work more cohesively.
It's a very simple way to put it, Gingham. Good job. So, yes. Now, I was testing this theory with Victoria when I was working on researching the different energies, and it's complicated. I found Victoria, crossed paths with the Pact Masters, and
Yeah, what did you talk to them about exactly?
I just wanted to see if they would accept more Pact Masters. Hypothetically, if I was to team up with you, if perhaps that I could get in on this action, so to speak.
What?
They
Hold
said
on.
no, for the record. But they did already know about Victoria, and Victoria was allegedly supposed to already be with the three of you. And so I did some testing because they mentioned that the threads were not actually tied, but they were loosely tied at some point, but they severed due to trauma. So I mended them accidentally. I wanted to get your consent first, but I believe I mended it because when she showed up here, she already had a room. And that's a surefire sign that fates are bonded.
Hold on. Whose fate did you mend?
Victoria's. With yours.
I don't have
Any
anything
questions
for that.
so far?
I feel like there's a lot of questions, but we've been fighting for a very long time.
I am so drained right now.
Pun.
Chase.
We've been fighting a lich, something with gears.
Radiant Warden, I saw it at the
that-
circus.
We hated all of it. So you saying so many words right now is probably infuriating and confusing, and nobody wants it right now because we all need a lot of sleep.
That's completely fair. One thing I'll have you mull over before you go to sleep for the evening, just so you can maybe discuss it with Jack. I feel like
Is
Jack's
it-
going to be weird about it.
Is it a lot of words?
I'll try
Because-
to keep it few.
Krank might hurt you, and I don't think I'd stop him.
Are you going to hurt me, Kronk?
Maybe.
See?
I have to put up some mirror images. Anyways, now, I don't think that I could actually tie my fate to all of yours, but I did find a way that I could aid you more directly if you so desire. I could make sort of a subgroup of tied together fates to collect cards on your behalf. So I could maybe go out and help you get some cards, I was thinking, if that's something that you're interested in. There are so many cards to this deck for one group to go out and get them, especially where there's so many other groups out looking for them. I'm a capable individual. I could take Shadow with me.
Could Shadow leave the realm? I thought he couldn't.
I believe I can get Shadow out of the realm, yes. I'm not going to destroy Shadow in the process, but I will do thorough testing first. I don't do very much risky subject testing, Gingham. I assure you, Shadow will be fine. Hajek will be fine. I have an old friend, Ramin, I could perhaps see would be interested in going out and collecting some cards with me. Runs a brewery or something these days. but-
I've heard of it. Is it boar's head?
I think of
Ram's
lunch meat.
bottom. Crank. What is it?
It's Ram's Head Brewery.
That's it.
You know of Ram's Head Brewery.
It's famous. Who doesn't know of Ram's Head Brewery?
Good for Ramin. I had no idea. I thought it was kind of a silly startup, but
Oh.
I'm gonna fucking kill this guy.
For anyone listening, missing the context here, Ramin is one of M's old characters
With the brewery.
with a brewery.
So this tied fate thing, what do you just create a party of like random people who are non-playable characters? No.
Willem crouches down to be like eye level with you, Gingham, like squats down.
This
do I put
glowing
this?
eye contact.
But I put this inoffensively. I think it would be beyond your comprehension. So I'm not going to get into the details.
Gingham folds their arms and glares. I think that you should restate your facts and not assume that people aren't as educated as you, wizard.
Well, what's your resume on education, Gingham?
Gingham pulls out their tome and thumps it down in front of Willem. That.
Anyone can write some scribbles, and he starts flipping through. Oh, by false gods.
What was that
That's pretty
again?
impressive.
By the false gods, Crunk clears his throat pointedly.
Sorry, I forgot the company I was in.
He'll kill you. I won't stop
Is that
him.
the opposite of taking the Lord's name in vain?
I think so. Gingham like shares a meaningful look with Krunk. Like, if you want to hurt him,
His
I will
eyes
move.
Twitching.
I love that Willem's superpower is pissing off everyone he interacts with, like in their unique way, you know, like
Yeah.
it's not like everyone is offended by the same thing. It's just he finds the thing that is offensive and somehow manifests it.
It's so annoying.
Jay's just made him to be the anti-us. He's just like in opposition to us in every way.
Before any of you were created, funny enough.
Yes.
So I would try again on assuming what people know.
Aurora is working on my research notes right now, so when she's done transcribing those, I'll share them with you and I'll let you look them over.
Sure, if she just leaves scale marks everywhere, I'm sure someone could translate that.
She turns into a human form, no scales.
Kingdom's clearly done and so mad.
Anyways, if you want me to go out and seek some cards with a little task force, think it over. It's something I could potentially do for you to be more useful. I would like to be useful for my dear friend Jack, and also the research is fascinating. And also, I'm bored.
That is not part that I care about.
Nobody cares.
Sorry for the room intrusion again, Krunk. I will get that recalibrated so that doesn't happen again. Good night to you all. I will retire to the library.
Gingham, you know I don't just kill people, right?
I know.
Krunk after this guy leaves.
Well, I know,
I've never
but...
done that. I've never just, like, arbitrarily murdered before.
Well, I know. It was just an intimidation tactic. I thought if we, like, offered that, he would back off. He's kind of a jerk. And by kind
I don't
mean
disagree
really.
that he's a jerk, but it makes me feel bad. Everyone assumes that I'm just this killer person, and that's not who I am.
I'm sorry, Krunk. I really didn't mean it that way. He's just so...
Unbelievably jackassery.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I didn't mean to use your brute force as an intimidation factor. I will keep that in mind for the future.
It's fine. I don't kill people.
I know.
And especially not Jack's friends.
What? Is he Jack's friend? Like, let's really think about that.
That's literally the only reason why I've been allowing him around. So if he's not Jack's friend, I am to have other problems.
We should... Gingham starts playing with the tip of their hat. We should ask Jack about that. Just to keep it in our back pocket. I'm not saying that you've killed discriminately. I'm just saying that maybe if we knew for sure, it's fine.
It's fine. I need to go sleep off this ick that I have all over me.
Well, good night, Crank.
Good night.
Good night.
No.
Is that guy again?
Yeah.
Can we cut with just his hand coming across Guy's face one more time? Just the